What's up everybody, and thank you for joining me for another video. My name is Whack4863, but you can call me Whack. Today's video is about the Thrall loop on the Isle of Siptah. Now the Thrall loop that I have chosen for the Isle of Siptah takes about 15 minutes. The reason for this is the respawn timer for NPCs is 15 minutes. So what you want to do is start that loop, and by the time you complete that loop, you want those other NPCs to have spawned. That way you're refreshing the spawns as quickly as possible, and you're able to maximize your time for Thrall hunting. Now, during this video, I will give you more tips on Thrall hunting, but before we get into that, for those of you that don't want to stay for the whole video, let me show you the loop that we're going to do. So, we are on the lower island, and the first place that we're going to go is actually called Baywatch. This is one of the few places that actually have an icon for the location. The second place that we're going to go is at the docks, and that does not have an icon. The third location that we're going to go to is actually New Chemi Docks and the plateau just above New Chemi Docks. So for those of you that just wanted the loop and you don't want to watch me actually run the loop, you can leave now. Just don't forget to whack that like button on your way out. For those of you that are sticking around, let's talk about what I do, and I am solely focused on Thrall hunting at this point in time. So what I'm going to do is strategically look at every single one of these Thralls before I hit them. And you can see right there we have our first named Thrall. We have a scout right. So what I'll do is I will make sure that he is not going to get hit by a weapon that does damage. I am actually using the Feroxic daggers. That way I can cause a lot of damage in a very short period of time to anything that I don't want to keep. And you can see I'm letting my Thrall do the work. She currently has the coup de grace, so she is going to kill anything that is not named, and anything that is named will be knocked unconscious. Now, I do capture a couple of named Thralls during the course of this video. However, it does take me a second loop to get the second named Thrall. It doesn't happen right away. And in my experience, the best thing you can do is actually set out to Thrall hunt. Pick the locations that you're going to go, make sure that you are entertained for that 15-minute time, and just continue to run that loop. In addition to Thrall hunting, what you could be doing at this point in time is obviously looting corpses or harvesting the religious items off of each one of these NPCs while you're doing this. So you can multiply your time that way and get extra resources, so on and so forth. However, I'm not going to do a lot of looting in this video. What I am literally focused on is named Thralls that I want to bring back and showing you the loop. Now let's talk about the particular loop that I chose to take in this video. The reason why I chose to take it is two parts. One, I can reach every single location in a 15-minute period. So when I run the loop, killing and looking at all the named possible spots, what happens is I make it to the other side in 15 minutes, which means I literally never stop. The only time I stop is to heal or to travel to another location. This maximizes the amount of time I can spend refreshing spawn points that have the ability to spawn named Thralls. The other thing that I looked at was the number of spots that had the ability to spawn named Thralls in this loop. And this loop, I think, on the Isle of Siptah probably has almost the most named Thrall spawn points within a small confined area. And to give you an example of that, the location that I'm in now, Baywatch, actually has 9 different spots where named Thralls can spawn. So that means that coming here over a place that only has 2 spots gives me a higher percent chance of actually getting a named Thrall to spawn. And I've been using this strategy for years. I always find a way to run a loop in the area of the Thrall that I'm searching for. On the Exiled lands on PS4, I have almost every single named Thrall that goes on a crafting bench that you could actually have. I think there's maybe 1 or 2 Thralls that I just decided, you know what, I don't even need them. I've got all the rest of these. And that's not to pound my chest or anything or tell you guys that I have more thralls than anyone else. That's just to give you a proof of concept that this strategy actually works and does really well at getting the thralls that you actually want. Now, real quick, I just want to let you guys know that on the server that I'm playing on, the Whack Nation unofficial server, we do have something that is called Warp, and we also have the home feature. That allows me to teleport to my house, and I'm going to use that feature in this video. The reason why I'm going to do that is because I want to show you something that I get questioned about a lot. I will see questions where people say, well, I can't get out of a dungeon, or I can't teleport with my thrall, and they just fall off the rope. That is absolutely not the case. That is a visual bug. So if you see right now, I do not have a thrall on the rope, or at least that's the way it looks. Go up, interact with your Wheel of Pain, take it all the way. Do not unequip your rope just because it looks like somebody isn't on there. Now, if you run up the beach north of Baywatch, you'll come across this ship and this small camp. Now, this small camp actually only has about 3 spots that you can find named thralls in. However, I do recommend just hitting this because it's very quick interaction and it is on the way to your next location. However, this is one of the locations that is not discoverable, meaning it's not going to have an icon at this location once you go through it. So you may want to place an icon in this location once you get here. On top of this location being a quick little hit for a couple of named thralls, there's also some flotsam here, as well as a mini boss, Captain Norell, who currently doesn't drop anything in her inventory, but I'm sure at some point that will change and she'll have some gear that you may want to get. Now, 3 of the locations that you're going to want to farm for named thralls are right here on the beach. One of them ran up to me from the dock there early on, and then the other one stands next to that campfire. Additionally, there's a guaranteed Taskmaster spot just up there, and then if we run onto the boat, there's an additional spot where a crafter can spawn. Now, I'm not going to continue to go through all of the different spawn points as I'm doing this video. I have videos showing all the spawn points for all the named crafter thralls on the Isle of Siptah, and I'll link those in the description of this video should you need to know where they are. Now, once you've cleared that area, the unmarked area in the boat, go ahead and just jump in the water. We're going to swim across the bay. You can see this location from that ship, and this is New Chemi Docks. Now, there is some flotsam here, so I do recommend grabbing the flotsam on your way up, and then additionally, quite a few named thrall spots at this location. Now, I did go ahead and edit this to the second time I ran through this location because, like I said, the second time I ran through, I did find another named thrall, and it happens to be a Taskmaster in this location. However, I did want to show it to you, so that's why I edited the video that way. Now, all in all, this took me just over 30 minutes. Obviously, running the loop at 15 minutes each time went a little bit of difference for getting the thralls back. Now, you may not have teleport or home or warp, so it may take you longer. That's okay because really the point of coming out here is to get a named thrall, and once you get them, you could essentially start the loop all over. Now, I do recommend being methodical when you're making your way through these camps. And the reason why I say that is because if you have too many NPCs all at the same time, it can be very difficult to kill what you want dead and to keep alive what you want to keep alive. And although I've shown in tip guides in the past how to clear out lots of NPCs that are knocked out, that really isn't my style of gameplay. Yes, you can use the poison arrows, pile all the bodies up, or just kill them on the ground, but I feel like this is a real waste of time. In my perfect world, I would go through the camp like I'm going through it now, single out 1 to 2 enemies, and check to see if they're named. If they're named, I'd get to knock one of them out, and the other one I can kill easily. However, if I'm overloaded by junk that I don't want to keep, it makes it very difficult to not decide to just knock everybody out or to not actually kill the thrall that you want to keep. Now let me continue with this loop. Once you have cleared that camp, what you're going to want to do is head up behind the camp, and you could do this or you could skip this. It really doesn't take a whole lot of time, but there is a single spawn point up here for a named crafter, and I added it into the list just because I feel like you're going to need that little bit of extra time in order to let those other NPCs spawn. And you really aren't wasting a whole lot of time coming up here, so it's up to you whether you want to come up to this location and check the one spot that's up here, or if you'd rather leave it be and move back to Baywatch at this point. But I am going to check the spawn point in this video, and then I'll show you the way back to Baywatch here in a moment. It's super easy. It's actually a lot closer than you think. Now, you could run this loop backwards should you want to. You'll have that information at the end of the video on which direction to go, and you'll have to decide what works best for you. Once we reach this upper plateau, you'll see somebody sitting next to a campfire, and then off in the distance, kneeling there, is the actual named spot. So there could be a named thrall there, but in this case, it's a Carpenter 3, and not what we're looking for today. Now, I do just have to say it just because I would feel bad if I didn't say it and anybody didn't know this. When you are thrall hunting, you absolutely need to make sure that you're killing whatever is standing in the spot of the thrall that you're looking for. So when you find that spot that has the ability to give you a named thrall, and there's something that is not named in that spot, make sure you kill that NPC so that that spot refreshes and has the chance of spawning a named NPC. Once you're back in the New Chemi Docks area, you just want to run through the southern gate. Feel free to kill these guys on your way out, but we're just going to head south along the beach, and it's actually going to run us right into Baywatch. So we'll leave through here and head back to Baywatch. That's the beginning of our loop. Now, this is not something where you are going to come out here the first time and wreck shop on all the named thralls that you could ever want. Thrall hunting is an experience and a journey of its own. There is about a 1% chance or less that you'll actually get the named thrall that you're looking for, or even a named thrall. So the odds are against you, and this does take determination in order to stack up the named thralls that you want. Now, I'd ask that if you enjoyed this video or this video was helpful, go ahead and whack that like button. I will be looking for more loops to show you guys in the future for the Isle of Siptah. And I don't think I've ever done a loop video for the exiled lands, so if that's something that you want to see, go ahead and let me know in the comment section below. And just so you all know, I am back at Baywatch fighting this monstrous jaguar right outside the gates of that area. So we have done a full circle here, and I'm going to end the video. If you have any questions about thrall hunting, or you have any questions about this loop, go ahead and leave those in the comment section below. The whack moments in this video were sponsored by my legendary supporters. Thank you very much. If you'd like to become a member, you can click the button below that says join. That'll give you all the details. I'd like to thank all my subscribers for their continued support, likes, comments, and general awesomeness. If you're not a subscriber, you can start your free trial today and cancel at any time. Clicking the bell is highly recommended so you get notified when I upload another video. Now, if you're not done watching, there's 2 videos on the screen. You could pick one of those to watch next. I hope you've enjoyed this video as much as I've enjoyed making it. I'll catch you next time. Peace.